What is going on, guys? My name is TJ and welcome back to another 3v3 H2O Magmageddon game, and today we're going to be kicking it off top right hand corner of the map. Today, Orange, Empire, Pencil Boy. Right hand side, Red Allies. This is going to be Uno. Bottom right hand corner of the map, Yellow Empire. This is going to be Error. And the left green allied, this is going to be Fury. Left middle, Cyan Empire. This, of course, is K. And the top left of the map, lovely. We have ourselves a Soviet player. Today is going to be A and F. I'm getting used to some of the names of the players in here. I've casted K and Uno quite a few times now. We've also casted Error, and I think it was just Error actually, because Fury and Pencil Boy were just the one 3v3 that I casted. But we have seen K and Uno in multiple games so far. So today, what are we seeing around the map? We have a dojo sell-off of 2 dojos. So he's managed to grab his Ore Derrick at the top, and then he just sold them straight off, going for a bit of infantry harassment. Got some sickles out on the map. Always nice to see a Soviet. It makes me excited every time I see a Soviet player. I honestly would absolutely love it if players would play Soviets a bit more. Especially when they've been casted by myself or somebody like Cyber. It'd be really nice to see some more Soviets for sure. Empire and Allies are fantastic, obviously, and people play them really, really well. Uno's a very good Empire / Allied player. And I think we see K play Empire most of the time as well. Both very good players with those factions, but... oh boy! We did get a rush right at the start of the game over on Error's base, trying to take out his Mecha Pay, and unfortunately Fury hasn't quite got it, but he's nearly... oh, it's so close. I honestly did think he was going to get it, but luckily for Error, he played very, very well, just then dealing with that early rush, getting the walls out and trying to get rid of the Mega Tengus with the Riptides. Very good play. Well done. Terror Drone's going to be waiting outside of the dojo. You're not going to be seeing any infantry coming from here today. I think he's going to be using the dojo as a form of stopping him from getting the expansion, which is going to be rather bad. We're going to need to get some bullfrogs out as fast as possible, because those Mega Tengus are going to be shredding away with the infantry and dealing with that straggling sickle there. A couple of sickles are going to be coming down into Uno's base, possibly trying to do some harvester harassment, trying to get rid of the harvesters as fast as possible. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but he did miss it. He missed the jump over the wall to try and deal with the harvester there. Maybe it wasn't an actual direct miss. Perhaps, I don't know, maybe stopping the prospector in the middle there actually prevents the sickle from landing in there. If that's the case, it's a very good play from Uno. But, yeah. I wasn't expecting that. It was quite funny. Extra harassment going down in the bottom left-hand corner of the base. Imperial Warriors were doing some harassment, but they have been dealt by some Riptides, multi-gun turret, and, of course, Mega Tengus. Could be seeing another push of tank infantry, this time tank busters. Previously we had the Riptides with the javelins into Error's base, and Error for both times has managed to be able to deal with both of the pushes. First originally with the walls from the javelins, and this time with Mega Tengus on the tank busters here. Tank busters are going to be jumping out and doing some pretty nasty damage. Uno's going to be going for the Vindicator push. Possibly going to be seeing some Cryocopters coming out very soon. Harassment is not going to be happening on those harvesters right now. Uno's gone for a push on the next expansion here. Double airfield we're looking at. So going to be seeing quite a hefty air push from Uno. Hammer tanks and bullfrogs, nasty combination. Going to be dealing with the Mega Tengus. They're not going to be able to do very much to the Soviet player here, unless you go in a massive spam, and you need to get rid of the hammer tank first. Not too much happening at the moment. Everybody kind of getting their ground, understanding where it is they need to be, and dealing with as much harassment damage as possible. Going to be taking out Error's Mega Tengu there because he didn't have enough time to be able to deploy him down. Also going to be joining in on the fight, trying to get rid of those Apollos that are just taking out his friends' Mega Tengus. He has locked eyes on a little swarm of Mega Tengus now. The Apollos, of course, are much more effective and much more devastating Mega Tengus in a bunch. I don't remember how many it is of Mega Tengus that you need to be able to deal with 4 Apollos, but I'm pretty sure it's quite a few. ANF is going to be trying to get rid of the walls that were previously put down when they had the docks there. He really wants that expansion, unfortunately. Getting rid of those walls is going to take a little while. There's quite a few hammer tanks, but they're going to take some time. He was trying to get the bullfrogs to go around to deal with the incoming VXs. Unfortunately, he had to go all the way back around again and could possibly snipe one of the VXs. No, the bullfrogs weren't quite fast enough, but in comes K to try and deal with the VXs with the Mega Tengus. Going to be able to take out Mega Tengu and possibly 2. Ooh, nearly had the 3rd VX there. Going to be taking out an extra Mega Tengu while he's here, though. Very nice play indeed. Going to need to get his units out of there. Yuno's managed to get down his 4th expansion. I didn't actually realize he had a 3rd one up here. Doing very nice for cash flow, that's for definite. Laying off as much air support as he possibly can, dealing so much damage to all the flying Mega Tengus and Apollos that are around the map. Going to be putting down a wall factory and possibly going into the first heightened clearance before possibly going for max. And we could be seeing some Mirage tanks and maybe, hopefully, I wouldn't mind seeing a commando. Get a commando, it'd be nice. Do it. Vindicator's going to be mopping up stragglers around the map. Again, like I always say, watching these replays, you realize that you need to keep on assaulting any straggler that you can possibly find walking around the map. If you can take out as many as possible, it's just less and less units the opposing team are going to have. ANF going to be capping the oil derrick there and putting down his 2nd expansion because he's actually got one just down here. He's actually in a much better place or position than Pencil Boy currently is. Pencil Boy's going to be going for the VXs and the Mega Tengus. Last game that we saw them play on Magmageddon, I believe Pencil Boy actually lost his MCV. More harassment plays are going to be going on down here between K and Error. Error is trying his absolute best to keep the players out. The players really, really want to continue to harass him. Yuno's multi-gunner turret going to be aiding the support here. And it could be for the 3rd time that Error has... That's the 3rd time Error has been able to push and a harassment force out of his base. We're going to be seeing some Guardian tanks coming out onto the field now that Yuno is in tier 2. Could we potentially be seeing the 3rd tier being upgraded? There we go. We're now at tier 3 for Yuno. Yuno could be going for Mirage tanks. And I am praying to the Lords that Yuno grabs a commando. It'd be the first commentary game that I've done with a commando on the field. ANF is going to be going for the push with the Soviet MCV. Going to be trying to lay on some more harassment onto Pencil Boy. Unfortunately, with the amount of tank busters here, he's only got 2 tank busters and a further 3 just here. But he's trying to go for the push with the Mega Tengus over here. But unfortunately, there's so many hammer tanks. There's nothing that the Mega Tengus can do at this point in time. Yuno gathering forces, grabbing himself an Athena cannon. We've got 2 Athena cannons out in the field now. No cryocopters and no Mirage tanks. Very surprised. Pencil Boy trying to do as much harvester harassment as possible. 1 Mega Tengu on a boarded up ore collector is going to do absolutely nothing. Especially with the amount of hammer tanks down. But they are going to be taking out 2 of the bullfrogs here. Twin Blades are going to be out on the field as well, which is very, very nice to see. Mirage tanks have come out for Yuno. Yuno is in a very, very strong point. But K has got quite a few units, so it's a potential he could be able to push this back. Just needs to be able to get those tank busters as close to the Athena cannons as possible. Yuno is sitting pretty strong on the map at the moment, though. More Mega Tanky harassment going on at the moment. Hammer tanks are going to be dealing with them, though, and the Bullfrog, the remaining Bullfrog, is going to be taking out a couple of the Mega Tankers there. Honorable Discharge doing some damage, but not enough to be able to really deal with anything. Yuno is going for it. You get a screenshot here because it's always nice to see a bit of war going on. Ooh, here comes in the cryo ability. He's going to be freezing up the Athena cannon and a bunch of the Guardian tanks, and he's going to be able to mop them up with the Imperial soldiers there. Wow, what a play. And Yuno, unfortunately, wasn't watching what was happening. He could have got the units out if he was just focused on that area, but unfortunately, I think he was probably busy elsewhere. A lot of micromanagement going on around the map, so it's no doubt that sometimes you might miss something. Error is now finally being able to push out of his base after defending himself after so many harassment attacks. Even though Yuno had such a strong force, Yuno has been pushed back by K. K has managed to pull this one back with the cryo support ability from, I guess, was supplied by Fury. Fury's going to be going in with the assault destroyers, trying to defend that multi-gunner turret. The tsunami tanks is going to be laying off some pretty nasty damage, and we could potentially be seeing a max clearance upgrade here, where we could potentially be seeing some aircraft carriers coming out onto the field. ANF still holding his middle ground. He's got some pretty nice resources at the moment. He did, in fact, lose the MCV that he pushed up the top of the map at the start of this game, unfortunately. Yari sub's going to be going around for the scout. Yuno is going for his next attack again. So a few more Mirage tanks this time, a couple of Athena cannons, and of course some Peacekeepers. Mirage tanks are going to absolutely shred the tsunami tanks. The only thing that he's going to be lacking right now is anti-air. Yeah, he has got 2 IFVs, but I really don't think they're going to be ample enough to be able to deal with 2 or 3 VXs. Going to be trying to get rid of that Ult Derrick, which he has successfully done, and the Yaris are going onto the harassment to the expansion base just down here by Error yet again. Always been harassed this game. You could probably label the game 3v3 Error Harassment. Because that's what we've been seeing for quite a hefty amount of the time of the game. Yuno's got a very powerful force at the moment, though, and he's sitting at double barracks, double airfield, and 1 more factory, fully tiered up, and resources are doing good. Could potentially quickly sell out for a moment by unpacking the MCV and just moving it about here to get the expansion on the next ore mine. Get that additional resources, and it'll be pretty good. We are seeing some aircraft carriers out on the field now, which is really, really nice to see. Yuno has pushed through the expansion, but the VXs are going to be taken out. Ooh, oh boy, 1 more to go. Oh, he so nearly got that final one.
Looks a little tight.
He so nearly got that final Mirage tank. There's so many hammer tanks out on the field as well. Mixed up with some twin blades, he could potentially, I reckon he could take him out. If you focus on Pencil Boy, he could definitely take him out, but I think that he knows Pencil Boy at the moment isn't too much of a threat. He's harassing me a little bit with the harvesters, but I'm going to need to go to help my teammates because they're in a bad position right now. His K is getting he's getting bombarded by Yuno with the tier 3 out on the map alongside the next teammates. Going to be claiming one of Yuno's expansion bases with the hammer tanks. Yuno's going to be pulling his forces back to try and aid the defense on his base. And because ANF has pushed out, Pencil Boy has noticed this and he's going, right, that's it, I'm going for it. I'm sending my units in. We've got some tank bosses and Imperial Warriors mixed up with some tsunami tanks and a VX. So it could be pretty effective to be able to lay down some damage on ANF at the moment. Leech ability is being used a lot recently, I noticed, and this seems really, really effective. Yuno has lost 2 refineries, one here, and the one that I think he had up here. I think it was this one here. I could potentially be losing his next refinery if he isn't careful. So many Soviet units on the map right now. Look how many hammer tanks we are looking at the moment. Twin blades have picked up. Unfortunately, no MCV, so he's just going by with whatever it is that he has got. Gonna need to try and deal with these aircraft carriers. The aircraft carriers trying to run away. He's got a couple of ranks on him, and unfortunately, I think he is going to be losing it to the tsunami tanks. There goes down the tech, so he's no more backup of tier 3. And unfortunately, he has lost the tech, and he's probably going to be losing the naval yard as well, alongside the loss of his naval units, which is extremely huge for Fury right now. Spectrum towers going down, and we've got some tier 3 wave force artilleries coming out for K, double mecha bays, and a tier 3 on the Imperial docks, which is a hugely costly upgrade. So let's hope that we do see some battleships from K, potentially battleships mixed up with a few anti-air naval units. I forget the name of them now. Yuno, in fact, has lost all means of resources. He even lost his one and only refinery over here. So these he has been pushed back quite a lot. Twin blades are going to be taking out that dojo. Oh, we just needed one more shot, maybe two. Tsunami tanks are going to be countered right now. He's taken out the allied naval, but his teammate K has come in with the Aries to try and deal with the tsunami tanks. Unfortunately, the VXs and the tsunami combination is going to be taken out. Both of the refineries for Fury now. He's going to be out. He's completely out of resources and production. I think he has no production left. No, he's just got one power plant, which is about to go down now. So it's going to be a GG from Fury. And K is trying to get back into the game. He's got some resources up here. And we're looking at Shogun battleship entering the battlefield. But ANF is going to be going in with the hammer tanks and the bullfrogs. Unfortunately, he's lost all the bullfrogs to the VXs. The VXs are mopping up. And now they're going to be mopping up the remainder of the hammer tanks. ANF really did need extra anti-air with his base. Going to be selling off, leaving the game. GG for ANF, which is going to be leaving K with double tech at the moment, sitting with the Soviet tech and of course tier 3 Empire tech. He's going to try and remain in the game because there is still a chance he can come back for this, as Yuno is completely out of resources. He even lost his final refinery up here, and unfortunately for Error's lost his entire base as well, so he only has a few units left. So it is a potentially K can come back, but he's got to try and deal with the remaining force of Yuno. Yuno has got a pretty nasty army here. 3 Mirage tanks, 2 Athena cannons, some IFVs, and of course a lot of infantry, which is going to end up mopping up the entirety of this base, because K has just not got enough time to go to bring some units in. He's also been assaulted in his main base over here, or is it his secondary expansion base that was given to him from ANF from leaving the game. Extremely close game. Wave Force Artillery has come out of the War Factory. I would have cancelled that, my man. He's got some Shogun battleship that's going to be trying to lay waste to the Mirage tank. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do it. He's going to need to retreat the MCV out, because the MCV is definitely going to be taking a loss here. He has in fact lost his MCV, and the battleship is going to be taking all of the damage from the VXs and the tsunami tanks. What a close game. Everybody was losing a lot and gaining a lot both at the same time. Here goes the sell-off on the naval yard. It's going to be a GG from K, as I think he is now out of the game. It was the sell-off so we could see what was left on the map. Wow, what a game. What a game. The first 3v3 that we did this week on Magmageddon was really, really good fun, but this one, holy crap. All the players were so close, man. And even like, if you could take out Yuno's army and Error's army, it was GG straight away. Pencil Boy was probably the only threat left in the map, because I think he still had his MCV. But Error and, Yuno and error, both of them, they didn't have as much. Scoreboard as always. Let's have a look to see who won. The structures destroyed is going to be going to error. Enemy units killed is going to be going over to K. And the resources, of course, is going over to K as well. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next video.